Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to an impromptu late night live. Sorry for the late start. Just doing some stuff behind the scenes. But guess what? We are here. I'm live. So I decided, you know what? Let's go live. Let's do a live reaction on everything today. If you want to come up, I'm dropping the link in the comment section down below. Let me just copy it here. Drop a two in the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me. And if you're watching us in the replay, hello, replay gang. Make sure you drop a replay so that I also come up and say hello to you. I don't have any comments. So I am not sure if we are in business. Let me paste this. Here we go. Love from us. Okay, okay. Everything looks good. Hi Maria. Hi Peppercorn. Hi Letty. Hi Lex. Loud and clear. That's what I want to hear. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me make sure I'm all set up. What are we doing? Peppercorn is digressing already, okay? I'm gonna get my drink ready. What else do I need to set up? Hmm, I just need to set up my other screen. Hi, Portray. Hello, how are you doing? I don't know how to say your name. Dumela. Cecilia. Yes, yes, hello. Greetings, lady. Good day, good day, good day. I'm running out of space. Let me just set this up. I am so sorry. This is what happens when I do an impromptu live. I wanted to do two specific lives for you while we were waiting for the adjournment to be over. I ended up not doing it. You guys don't sleep, do you? I thought that no one was going to come. I thought you guys were going to be in bed. I am a late owl, if you haven't already guessed. Okay, there we go. I am ready. You have my entire attention. Let me see what we can set up. I want to set up my screen for you so that it's not looking so tacky. Give me one quick second. Hmm. Hmm. What could we possibly want to work on together? Oh, I know what we can do. One quick second. Drop. Let me know your reaction today. Did you watch the good news? I set up. No, not I set up. What's wrong with my language? I just posted a video actually with regards to accused number 3, okay, and accused number 5. Let me know in the comment section if you have already watched that video. If you haven't, then I guess I'll do a quick recap for you. Let me know down below in the comment section, and then I will certainly join you there. So, oh, okay, there's more comments. Jackson says, subsequently to that. Huh? I don't know what you've typed. You want me to greet you? Seho, Seha, Shepa. Ah, I don't understand. I don't understand what that means. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. There is, hi, my lady. Hello. I'm from Congo. I am Mpongo. Mpongo from Congo. Congo, which Congo? The DRC Congo or the other Congo? Are you French Congo or English Congo? That's what I mean. Or am I mixing Congo up with Cameroon? Is Congo French speaking? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just a greeting in Swedish. Well, I would not know that. Definitely way off the grid for me. Way. Zimbo, Peppercorn is Zimbo watching from Poland. Did you drop a Poland in the comment section yesterday? Okay, there we go. There we go. Well, welcome. Let me know in Congo. Are you following the Senzimiwa trial? Let me know loud and clear. Um, yes, I did. Okay, because that was the first and I think only Polish comment. Did I say Polish? Yes, I said it well. That was my first and ever having someone check in from Poland. So welcome. Thank you for joining us, guys. So let me know. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to fix my screen so that you're not just staring at the black microphone. So first question for everybody. Let me know your reaction to. We try to say this real loud and real clear. Somebody just joined the live. Who is there? Jackson, and you've disconnected your device. Guys, you can join the chat, by the way. Jiggy jiggy, let's go. Let's go. You can join the chat. Sorry, let me copy this link again, and then I'm going to make sure I don't lose it. Store it over here. Okay, so you can join the stream. Okay, camera on, camera off. It's entirely up to you. If your camera on, your clothes have to be on. That's my only little disclaimer before I let you up. And before you come up, I can see you in advance before I choose to let you up. So just a little disclaimer there. Guys, I just want to set up. What is your reaction to Trump winning and the Democrats losing? And by Democrats, I mean that is Obama, Hillary Clinton, Beyonce. You know, they were all backing Kamala Harris. So let me know your live reaction to that. Is there going to be an impact? I think that the impact, let me tell you my opinion. I think that the US dollar is going to strengthen. It's going to strengthen, which means the rand is going to drop. That is the unfortunate thing, but I'm going to be watching that closely. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Let me run this video here. Oh, I can't run my own video. Can I? I don't think I can. Here we go. I cannot run my own video. Okay, sorry guys. I'm very disorganized today. Apologies, but guess what? We are ready to go. We are ready to pop. There we go. Okay, so I am set up. I am all ears. I am ready for you. How are you guys doing today? I have never been so sad, says Jackson. I just can't wait for 5 years to pass. Is it 5 or 4? Well, I guess 4 years plus 1 year doing all the things. Ooh, Trump might just be the man now correcting his mistakes from the last time. You think so? Trump doesn't look like a sorry guy. He doesn't look like a I'm asking for forgiveness kind of guy. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. One more thing to do, and then I am ready to go. So that is Democrats didn't have a good competitor. Really? Somebody said in the comment section that she thought it was a popularity contest, and then she brought Beyonce and friends, thinking that was going to help her win. My observation is, I think that there is no way they were going to hello. There's no way they were going to allow a Democrat female to be the first ever American president. That's my first observation. And then my second observation is, I just wanted Trump back. I mean, that for me is the strangest thing. But that is it. I like this channel. It is formative. Keep it up, my sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. I pretty much project the views of my audience. So without you guys, oh my goodness, I would not be able to do it without you. So I am here because of you. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We are on the road to where? 50,000 subscribers, and I cannot even believe it. So first of all, let's transition over to Umlungwe to conversation. Okay, accused number 3, accused number 5. Okay, let me know in the comment section if you watched today's video, and if you didn't, I'm going to do a quick recap of what exactly happened with accused number 3 and accused number 5. It might be bad on the timeline, but yeah, maybe we should do a timeline. So this is how it starts. I'm just gonna start anyway. Okay, so you can stop me anytime with questions. You can come up anytime with comments. So this is how it all started. Okay, once upon a time, a Gininda lead investigator moved accused number 3 from the Johannesburg prison. Okay, Johannesburg Sun City Prison. If you guys remember, accused number 3 would give Nisi the instructions. Hey, I want to move back to Johannesburg Prison. I want to move back to Johannesburg Prison. And I always thought that was a little bit pretty arrogant of you, accused number 3. Why are you choosing the prison you want to go back to? So because of that approach, right? Judge Rutter would always say no. He just would not entertain him because the instruction was always, I want to go back to where? Johannesburg, Sun City. So then what happened next? What happened next? Finally, okay, just before we went for recess, Nisi came and he's like, listen, my job is really hard now, okay? My job is so hard because accused number 3, I don't think it's all together upstairs, okay? He's not functioning normally as a human. He's in solitary confinement. He's in confinement for 23 hours in a day. Okay, you know, there's 24 hours in a day, 23 hours in a day. And then we have that prison representative who came and said, what 23 hours? You're talking nonsense, okay? Because they go out for lunch, that's an hour. They do this, they do that. And they made up this whole scenario. And then Judge Rutter was like, okay, cool, whatever. Then Umnisi said, listen, I am tired, okay? I am tired. Hello, Peter in the backstage. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me beam you up. Hi, Peter. Welcome. You can come camera on, camera off. It's entirely up to you. We are doing a live reaction, okay? Peppercorn says, Judge Rutter respects Umlungu. I have to agree based on, okay, the judge's behavior. Umlungu. How are you doing? Go ahead. Peter, is that you? You want to join the conversation? Or do you want me to put you on mute until you're ready? Okay. So I'm going to mute you so I can continue. So here it goes. So then what happened? Mrs. said, listen, I cannot work like this anymore. I can't even consult with him. He sounds a little bit disoriented every time I meet with him. He's been in solitary confinement for the past 4 years, okay? And we are done with this nonsense. We are done. We tried in April. We applied in April. And then, you know, Mr. Kabengu and friends over there by the South African Correctional Services Department said, whatever, we do not care. And this is non-existent, and they just ruled it off. There was actually a person who was assigned to go and do, like, what's it called, an inquiry, and that person could never meet up with those guys. There was always excuses. Finally, they got a letter, and when they got the letter, what happened? The letter was basically saying, oh, well, whatever. You are a high-profile detainee, and we're just never going to remove you from solitary confinement. So there's a letter, okay, in writing that Umnisi got. And I believe, first of all, it went through, of course, Valoi via WhatsApp. I mean, this is the method of communication that they are using over there. So they got the letter via WhatsApp. Umnisi never got it, as well as accused number 3. So they bring this up as well with the judge, and then Baloy is like, okay, fine, I will get the documentation to you. You know how dismissive um, Baloy is. And City, okay, is right here in the building. Hello, City. Welcome to this impromptu live. So then that was in April. In May is when they responded with the letter. And then in October, just before recess, was it October? No, they came back in October. So in September, just before they went on their recess, I think they left September 22nd. So guys, fact check me with the dates in the comment section here, because you know what? When people are watching the replay, I don't know what it is, but they think they're watching it live. It's the most funniest thing because they're commenting as if it's still running, and I can correct myself. I can't. Once it's a replay, it's like an old video. Okay, so let me continue. So from they went on recess. Okay, the Senzo Mayweather trial went on recess on the I think 22nd of September 2020, 22nd of September 2024, just a few weeks ago. And then when they did the recess, what happened? Then Nisi said, listen, when we come back, okay, we're going to have to handle this situation. And Judge Rata gave us this side of him that we had never seen before. He said, oh my God, this sounds horrible. I am going to talk to my friend. We were actually talking about it with the other judges, my brothers and sisters. You know, they call each other brothers and sisters. And, you know, but I know, I think it's I always say James Cameron, but it's not James Cameron. I know Justice Cameron. I know Justice Cameron, and he's in charge of all this, and he's always doing the reports and everything. I am going to talk to him, okay? I'm going to talk to him. He's my friend, and I'm going to have him come back when we come back from recess. And Nisi says, you know what? That's a great idea, because if you don't bring him, okay, I'm telling you now, I will not be able to proceed with the Senzoniwa trial. We will have to pause, and then I'm going to work on accused number three's application, and I'm going to work on that application, and I'm going to take my time with it, and then we'll probably come back, okay, to the Senzo Mayweather trial in the second quarter next year. That is the threat that Nisi put on the table, okay? That's what Nisi did. Wow, okay? And we thought, okay, and we went on recess, and then we said, yeah, you know what? Judge Ross is coming back with his brother, Justice Cameron, and Justice Cameron is going to solve our problem. So Justice Cameron is going to solve all our problems. Let me take a step. So Justice Cameron is going to come. He's going to solve all our problems. We were all excited, okay? We were excited, but with a little bit of reservation, Yana. Okay, like, okay, we will be happy when we actually see Justice Cameron in the courthouse. Okay, a lot of people in the comment section were very, very cautious. They were like, "Don't believe him. Don't fall for it. He's not coming with him." Okay, they came back. I think October 7th. I think I might be off a bit on it on the date. They came back, and guess what? Guess what? Where was Justice Cameron? Jololo, okay? Where was Judge Rata? Zwi on telling us about the justice. Zwi. And then Unisi starts off by saying, wait a minute, wait a minute before we continue, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, my connected to my earphones. I was not aware. Now I can hear you. Okay. Peter, can you hear me now? Type a one in our chat. Okay, so okay, you can hear me. Great. Let me finish the intro, and then we'll come back and have you speak. So the audio is good. I hear you too. So thanks for sending that message. Okay, so then what happens next, guys? Judge Amnisi is like, listen, before we even start talking about Senzo Mayweather, let's go back to accused number three. He's still in solitary confinement. It's not working. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm going to need an adjournment because. And then, surprise, surprise, Judge Rata said, okay. So because he said, I cannot do both files. I cannot do the Senzo Mayweather trial, and then I cannot also do the urgent application for the solitary confinement. I want you guys to know, in all this, where is Shalolo Zwi? Okay, we don't know nothing about accused number 5. And then next thing, what happens? Nisi says, okay, guys, it goes for the adjournment to contact legal aid. Surprise, surprise, legal aid. I think they went for like an adjournment, a long one. It was quite a long one. Because Nisi was not playing. Nisi was not moving forward with the Senzo Mayua trial until things were done for accused number three. Okay. Jiggy, 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 jiggy. Things keep going. Things keep happening. Next thing, what happens next? Nisi, they go for the adjournment. They come back, and Nisi says, "Yes, I spoke to legal aid, and they said, Viakala, let's do this." Okay. Next thing, accused number three and number five now have legal representation with legal aid. Okay, everything goes on. Everything is moving. Okay, it is moving. Then this is like great news, and that is fantastic. I don't have to pull the rug under everybody. We can now continue with the Senzime trial. There we go. So then there's now legal representation. Next thing, Mshalala is like, and for accused number five, where have you been? I don't know if there was communications in the background and Mshalala was not bringing up to the judge. I don't know that. But maybe I never heard it. Let me know in the comment section if I missed all that part. Let me do a quick check in the comments. City says, hello, hello, hello. We thank God for Umnisi and Umlungu. Where to? Okay, it's exciting news. At least we have two wins for now. You know what? This kind of resuscitated the hope train. Okay, 100%. Because Nisi also had the option of saying, listen, I'm paid either way, okay? Either we win or lose, I am paid either way. Legal aid is covering all my expenses, okay? So I've got nothing to lose. But when you have an attorney, advocate, lawyer who is in full representation, they're not just at work just to work. They're there representing the interests of their clients. As Umnisi says, we are creatures of instructions. That is the instructions of my client. So, and he brought it to the forefront, and he didn't just bring it. He then brings it. Okay, he really, really brought it forward, and I absolutely loved the passion that he displayed and the ultimatums. Yeah, the ultimatums of the affidavits that he produced, because he said, if I have to do this, there is no sense of me with trial. I cannot do two things at once. And then you will have an advocate who will try to do two things at once. And I think that's where it gets a little bit tricky. So, and I think that comes with his experience, okay? Advocate Nisi has been a prosecutor before. So I think that was a plus for accused number three. Let me know, drop a 5 in the comment section if you are still with me with regards to the summary, and then we keep going, okay? Yes, he did. He stood his ground. And then, I don't want to pronounce that because you're going to laugh at my pronunciation. Basically, let me translate. Wait. No. Yeah, a 555 from Umskanishwa. Thank you. Have you submitted your like? Oh my goodness, I haven't even asked, guys. Let's just take a moment to do our assessment. Okay, let's see where we are in the like department. Let's see how we are doing. So, 512 people have walked in the room so far since we started. If 512 people came into the room, then I should see like 500 likes. Maybe somebody was like, you know what, I'll catch the replay. I won't watch this. It should be, at least at the very minimum, I should be staring at, don't you think? I should really be staring at 500 likes. That would be awesome. Let me look at my audit. Don't you think? Let me mute myself before we have an echo. Oh my God, this is, oh my goodness, no, that is not possible. 64 likes only? I am so sad. I am so sad. Okay, so we have our 64 likes. Please, guys, drop a like. You know what the like does? It's first of all, it's for free. The like actually gives the live mileage, okay, and it tells the little YouTube algorithm things that are running in the background, the AI, and it says, listen, wait, people are gathered. There's 98 people in that room. There is 67 likes. I think there's something going on in there, and then it sends more people the notification that we are live, okay? And it says, gang, gang, come on over and let's hang out tonight, okay? So let's do that. So do me the favor, just drop that like and let me continue with the storytelling, okay? Before we continue, Peter, hello, welcome to our live today. Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want to say hi? Titty, oh, Titty said, wait a minute, Peter, I have something to share. No, Siri, go away. I said Titty, I didn't say Siri. Why would you think I'm summoning you? How do I get rid of Siri? Okay, there. Thank you, Titty. Oh, that is so comforting. Thank you so much. Uh, Peter, are you there? Do you want to say hello? Let me check my emails as well. Okay, so let me continue. Next we have Stelo, okay? Stelo said, I might have missed something from court. Did anyone indicate whether Chico Twala and Stelo Jr.'s phone records were downloaded and analyzed? No, they were not, because they were not. There was no reason at that time, right, to download them because they were just relatives to accused number zero, Longo Twala, with the ankle situation. Remember, we only know about the ankle shootout when Gomezulu said it, according to Gininda's rereading. I think that was in September. Can't remember. There's no one. Chico Twala and Settle Jr. were never suspects. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. So they don't have their phone records. However, Cello, you know that Longway Twala's phone is record to Cello anyways, but that's the phone that's on the record. That's the only phone. Um, yeah, does that make sense? So next, what happens next? What happens next in this Nganigwane? Okay, where did I stop? Oh, Nisi, adjournment, Zandile Umshalolo comes through and says, ladies and gentlemen, accused number 5 has entered the group chat, okay? Accused number 5 has entered the group chat. Don't leave him out in all these things, please, I insist. So next thing, court adjourned. Then we came back maybe 2 days later, and then the Senzameva trial happened. And then we all saw what happened last week. Suddenly, Nisi stands up, and Baloy says the defense have something they would like to address the court, and the court says, go right ahead. Umlungu is already in the room, okay? She is right there. And then Nisi says, well, there are some challenges that are going on over there with the officers, okay? They are refusing for some paperwork to be given to accused number 3 and accused number 5. They want to read the paperwork first, which is absolutely ridiculous. No, not ridiculous. It's hogwash. No, no. It's thumb sucking BS. Why? Why do we call it Longway's phone? Because it's Longway's phone. That's his phone. For example, your husband could be the one who got you your cell phone, but it's your phone. But at the cell phone company, they just have your husband's name. Even maybe he got 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. And we know that Chico Twala's children are still children. Even though they're close to 40 years old, he still treats them like, teenagers. Even the house, if you remember, they said the Glen Vista house belongs to, and what's his name? Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda could not, out of his mouth, say the name Chico Twala. He said Longwe Twala's father's house. I remember thinking, oh, okay, Longwe Twala's grandfather. And I was like, no, that's Chico. So that's a ploy, okay? So what's his name? Gininda was trying to just play us with words when he could have just said Chico Twala's house. So they don't even live in houses in their names. The house, Chico Twala owns everything. because guess what Longway would do if the house was in his name? Ooh, problems of the rich and famous. That's right. City is a what? She's a member of the channel, and what? She has access to all our exclusive emojis. Okay, if you're a member of the channel, you benefit from using those emojis. And when we're going to be using our defense emojis, we're going to be using them in overtime as we hit season 2. Okay, we're going into season 2 tomorrow. Cross examination of Brigadier Gininda. It's going to be on fire. So if you hit the join button, I don't know, it's somewhere in the description box on one of my videos, or if you're an iPhone user, you won't see the join button. But if you are Android user, you see the join button right beside the subscribe button. Hit that button. Come join us. Okay, come join us in the membership section. Okay. So now, where did I stop? Shalolo said, "Me too, me too, me too," which is good. I mean, it's teamwork, right? And then accused number 5. Now all things are moving concurrently. Okay, the Senzo Mayua trial is moving parallel to what? The solitary confinement complaint, because it's a complaint. And who is the plaintiff? Oh, it is accused number 3. And who? Accused number 5. What did Baloyi say? Baloyi said accused number 3 doesn't even have the money, okay, to start doing this application. So this is a mute point. So let's let it go. So his brother brought the phone. Pause, Lambo. You're sidetracking me. So wait, sorry about that. So I lost my train of thought. So what happened? I literally lost my train of thought. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the chat. So this let me hide it. Let me hide the chat so that I don't get lost. There we go. So this is what happens. What happens next? Oh yes, this is what I was saying. The solitary confinement trial is moving, okay, it's cruising nicely, parallel with the Senzo Mayua trial. Things are happening, Next thing, Chigi Chigi Mlu was in the room, okay, looking very upset. You see that facial expression there? I immediately snagged it because I was like, ooh, I don't know who she is, but she's very upset. And she says, I am not able to give my clients, I can't give my clients paperwork to take with them to prison because the prison officials are saying I must hand the paperwork to them. And then they go through it before accused number 3 and 5 have access to the paperwork. I will not subject my clients to that. Okay, she says she will not subject her clients to that, and Judge Rata immediately, okay, without consulting Baloyi, without consulting Gininda. By the way, I love this step, okay, this move, okay, this was a chess move that the defense team played. I absolutely love it. Why? Because Gininda was right there in the room, inside, Pagati, under oath, okay, meaning you can't move, sir. You cannot go anywhere. You cannot call Mr. Tabango. You cannot try to find out what is going on. Because if Gininda was sitting in his office watching the live proceedings, he would have done some background music, okay? He would have done some background moves. By the time the judge speaks to Tabango, it would be, no, we're not doing that. So I think Tabango as well, okay, Skibango, said to himself, today is the day that I am free. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Gininda's understand. I can't be accused for answering honestly. And then when the officer called Skibango, he said, sure, they can bring the papers. And that is how accused number 3 and 5 suddenly got their papers, which their legal attorney, legal representative, because nobody mentions her by name. She was just a ghost, okay? So that's why I call her Umlunguwetu, because nobody refers to her by name, not even his honorable lordship, okay? So next thing, what happens? They move, okay? They move. Things are moving. Things are nice. They're cruising nicely over there. And then she says, wait, I have a second complaint. Okay, what is it? Um, this is wait, what was the second point? Oh, I need to consult with my clients. I can consult with the clients. I understand that they come to court Monday to Friday. I respect that. Okay. So I just simply ask, can they stay after court? And those guys over there, all 100 of them, those officers said absolutely not. They all finish at 4 and they have no exceptions. Okay, no problem. I respect that, because I'm a mlungu. I'm a person of processes and procedures. You know what? I'm willing to go above board. I will come to the prison on Saturday. What did Skibengu and friends say? No, no, no. We don't work on weekends. We only want family there, okay? Because we love to torture people. We love to do things in private. We like to conduct all our nonsense on weekends. So we don't want eyewitnesses there, especially eyewitnesses that wear black coats. No, it's a absolutely not. Never. No, never. You're not coming to the prison on the weekend. And then Umlungu says, you know what? I need to what? Consult with my clients, my lord. I mean, we have to submit this application. It's an urgent application. We have to submit it next week. Uh huh, uh huh, uh huh. And Judge Ryder says, okay, cool, adjourned. They immediately adjourned there and there. Again, Judge Ryder did not consult Advocate Malloy and Dr. Simanda or Brigadier Gininda. They adjourned. He said to her, how long do you need to talk to the accused? Well, you see, and then the sun shines in the morning. How long do you need? I mean, how often does Judge Schroeder want to comply with anything? I mean, I think even the defense was like, wait, what? That's it? That's all she had to say? And then next thing, guess what happens? Guess what happens next? She says 3 hours. Chiggy chiggy. 3 hours, they adjourn for 3 hours, they come back after lunch, court proceeds. After that, they stay after court ends to continue, and then the next day, again and again. And then guess what? This is what happens when things are working, okay? When justice is working as it should. The application actually happened. It happened yesterday. Now, this is my question for mainstream media. Why didn't you tell us? Hmm? Why didn't you go and live stream? Because the cameras in the high court, I don't know what court number Judge Rata is in, those cameras were very much available. Somebody tell me, unless I missed it, why it was not live streamed. Sweet. Why was it not live streamed? Is the state colluding with the media, or is the media colluding with the state? Somebody left a comment on my video and I thought it was quite thought provoking. And the comment says, what did the comment say? It said something along the lines of, if the result of the urgent application was that they were denied and they were left in solitary confinement, this would be breaking news right beside Trump news, okay? The media would be all over it, jumping up and down with it. But guess what? Dead silence from the media. I'm going to do an audit later to see. Maybe I could be wrong. Let me do a quick check of the comment section. Here we go. Where did I stop in the comment section? My kids, although they are older, have their father's SIM cards, Mlambo design, but we say they are their phones. Yes, 100%. I mean, I think thousands of families are doing this, and this is something not new. And I think the court is pretty dumb not to factor that in, because did you ever hear the court, okay, my lord, ever say, you keep saying the phone is recorded to Estelo Twala, but you keep saying that it was Longwe Twala who texted and said I was outside. So in essence, okay, subsequent shift. Oh my God, I can't even say the stupid word. Okay, so in essence, it's Chico Twala who texted Sandile Kumalo and said is outside. If we go by the section 205 as it is. Yes or yes? So Mlambo says, so his brother bought the phone. No, 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 no. The phone, everything is done by Daddy Dearest. The brother is just a child, a beneficiary to the estate. So the brother bought the phone, or was his brother there and he just used his phone? No, no, no. How many months before and after the date did they check to prove Longway was the one using the phone? I think they proved it by that it's Longway who said I'm outside, and Zandi said he texted and said he was outside, and then I went to get him. I think that's how they concluded it was his phone. And I think in his statement, well, we know Longwe Twala wrote 3 statements because he can't get his story together. In his 3 statements, he probably wrote that's his phone number. And then they cross-reference it with your bank account because that's how they found Kelly Kumano's 8 other numbers. Hope that helps, okay? Next comment says, good night, family. I will catch up in the morning. I have an early morning trip. Let me love and leave you. Please submit your like. Have you submitted your likes, ladies and gentlemen? I really would appreciate it. Please and thank you. Nkosinati says, noted, mainstream media is quiet about the news, but if it was against, there we go. There's a comment. Did we say this concurrently? Did we say this at the same time? Because I wasn't watching the chat. Noted, mainstream media is quiet about the news, but if it was against the suspects, that would be headline topic and first page news. Exactly. I agree with that comment. Next comment is from Lindy where she says, I almost missed the live. I know, it was so impromptu. I decided, I want to chat with the family before we go to bed and have a reaction. I mean, a lot has been going on today o'clock. Okay. Bon US says, these people will not be charged. Gininda is cooking the case. Justice is turning her hands. Justice is turning her hands. I mean, this is the first time anything has gone towards the state. And the only reason, in my opinion, that I believe that things worked accordingly is because Gininda was on the stand. He wasn't able to interfere, allegedly. Mr. P says, to digress, the match they were watching on the 26th of October ended at 7:50. That is a good point. Let me write that down. That's a very good point. Does anybody know why that's important, class? The match ended at 1950. And guess who could have checked their records and given that very early on? It's mainstream media. Again, they can just go to their archives and check on the 26th of October, what time did we play that match again? What time was the replay? If you remember, this is what I love about the Mayuas. Their story is consistent. Their story doesn't change. Senzo Mayua's mother said she and her husband always, when Senzo Mayua is playing a match, they do not watch him live because they just can't do it. Their hearts, they're old, they just cannot do it. They always watch the replay. And while they were watching the replay, they texted Senzo Mayua's father, the late, may his soul rest in peace, texted Senzo like they always do. So everything is very, habitual, for lack of a better word. The family always does things the same way, okay? We're watching the match. Oh my goodness, Senzo, that goal. Oh my goodness, in the rain. They're reacting to what's going on and they're texting him. And normally Senzo is reacting, but this time they said they were texting him and he wasn't responding. AKA pow pow had already happened. So now we have a timestamp round about that to match it. Great point. Thanks for sharing that. Next comment says, I was wondering as well, can the whole nation do a manhunt for Longway? He is a national asset. I agree. He's a national asset. I think the first place they can check is substance providers. When was the last time you sold him substances? And then we trace it from there. Next comment says, yes, but Longue could have used his brother's phone, who was right there with him, especially since the car was also registered to seller. Exactly. Why not show the bank statements to prove that it belonged to him? The brother was there in the car, allegedly, um, but the theory of the brother only came up now, so they cannot even pull up the brother's Section 205s now because Pinky Darling is going to say, sorry, our records only go back 3 years. So there's no way that can be proved right now. Unless Zandile suddenly decides to have a change of heart and wants to come clean with the real story. All the occupants of the house. Mr. P says, Mr. P says, Gininda should have read all three statements by Longwood so we could hear. Don't worry. Okay, do not worry about that one. The defense is going to handle that one. You know, Malloy was picking and choosing. How do I know? Because I would also I'd watch the live proceedings, match it to their statement. So, you know, when they say on the 26th of October, line number da da da, I would go to that point and follow them, and then I would see what he's skipping. And he was always was skipping the juicy part. So don't worry, the defense, since they asked for this this adjournment, since they asked for this adjournment so that they can go back and go through all the 40,000 pages of everything, I believe they will follow up with that. Or should I say, I believe they should follow up with that. Another thing that I want to say is the defense. I think it was another strategy as well, so that accused number 3 and 5's case could go. Because I don't see how Umlunguwetu could go to court and not have accused number 3 and 5 in court with her. Because you have to be there. You have to be present. Even though you're not going to talk, they have to be there. Did you guys hear the story? Well, I'll get to it. The story of what actually happened. Let me read through those comments and then we'll get to the story. So, William says we need to keep Longwe safe from the wolves. Agreed, 150%. Longwe is a national treasure right now. He holds the key, and not only is he a national treasure, allegedly he wrote a what? He wrote another affidavit. So now we're at affidavit number 4, okay, and it's being held safely. Where? At that Joburg prison. Who is at the Joburg prison, ladies and gentlemen? Drop it in the comment section if you know the answer. Ding, 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 ding. I wish I could do prizes. Excuse me. So, Stella says Gininda is busy preparing for his next qualification. LLM or even an LLD with some of the fabrications of this case. Surely I am aiming. Very funny, but I think he has to first pass this one. I think so. Number says just because exactly. Just because he says it's his doesn't mean it is. Exactly. Just because I arrived in a BMW doesn't mean I am leaving in one. So she says, just because he says it's his doesn't mean it is. Without proof, especially since it's registered to someone else. But hey, let me listen and finish cooking dinner. What is for dinner? Mlambo Designs. And if you're comfortable, let me know what state you are in because I want to cross-reference if that state turned blue or red. Shocking things happening over there in the Americas. But guess what? Next comment is from Baby Boy. Longwe has been hidden purposely so that he mustn't come to witness because he will sing the truth. I agree. I think the strategy started. When did their strategy start? I think their strategy started when this whole story of Chico Twilight came back from America and he found that his children had stolen from him. And then the workers told him that the little one was an accomplice, but it really, really was the bad boy, along with Twala. Okay. And then along with Twala and the little boy, Silo Twala, went to jail. They were arrested. But Chico Twala, he was so, so angry. He's standing in the hallways. Mainstream media is there. Surprise, surprise, everybody. Okay. Not just one mainstream media. No, all of them. All of them are there ready to interview Chico Twala. And Jiggy Jiggy Chico Twala's hand is wrapped up. Okay. It is so wrapped up. It is giving signs of I attacked these little boys. But you know what? Allegedly. And then from then on, Chico Twala gives an interview on the David Studio podcast. And then when he's there, he's talking and talking the loudest. Okay, he is singing for his supper on that podcast. I did a reaction video if you didn't already catch it. And then over there, court proceedings continue to happen. And guess what happens in the Randburg Magistrate Court? Guess what happens in that courtroom? The little boy, Cello Jr., is dropped. Not too much, not enough evidence, because we all know the bad boy is Longwe Twala. Okay, he's the main character in the story. Longwe Twala is kept. They're going to do a bail hearing. He goes back. It's postponed. Goes back to do the bail hearing. A jiggy jiggy bail hearing happens. Longwe Twala is all alone, like he has no family. Nobody came to pick him up. No one came to support him. Who is this boy's mother? Who is his family? Because Chico Twala is very angry with him. I understand he wouldn't be there to support him, but where's the rest of the family? I'll leave that for another day. So anyway, that magistrate, who I believe, in my opinion, should be charged as an accomplice to the disappearance of Longwe Twala, because he puts Longwe Twala, he grants him bail. Imagine that. He grants a para bail. So the whole purpose of bail, if you guys don't already know, well, not bail, but the whole process of bail or bail applications is to determine if, hey, if we let you out of custody, will you show up for all your court appearances? That's the whole point. And then they look at you and they look at your status and then they decide, is this person going to disappear? Do they have the means to disappear, or will they show up for all their cases? And then that's where you say, I'll surrender my passport. I'll do this, I'll pay this much. That's where, Nandi Pamakudumana, they told her, girl, no. Okay, we already found you in the Tanzania. No. What's his name? Tabo Bester, they said, you've got to be dreaming. No. Those in the AKA case, they said, absolutely not, you Ngabis. You're sitting right here. Nandi Pamakudumana's father, they said, oh my goodness, he's old and harmless. Sure. He got bail. And the others in the Tabo Bester case, they got bail. But the condition is you must come to court on every appearance, even if it's those 5-minute days where you're just coming to say, can we have another adjournment? So Nandi Pamakudumana's father at some point says, you know what, this is irritating. It takes me so long to get here. It's so expensive, yada, yada, yada. Can I be excused from coming until you guys are serious? Okay, and then we're doing pre-trial. And the judge said, you've got to be kidding me. You are kidding me. You will come. Those are your bail conditions. So I say the magistrate over there at the Randburg is an accomplice, allegedly, in my opinion, okay? Because why on earth would you give a known substance abuser of over 20 years, per the father's own declaration, bail, not even put any money to it, aka father doesn't lose any money if he doesn't show up? Do you guys notice the difference? If Longwe Twala doesn't show up to court in that bail application, he just gets arrested. That's the only condition. But normally, had Daddy Dearest put down 50,000 rands and Longwe Twala doesn't show up, then the 50,000 rands is forfeited to the state. So because Longwe Twala is a high risk, in my opinion, The bail should have been set to, like, I don't know, 500,000. And then, Daddy Dearest would have made sure he was right there in that courtroom on the day he was supposed to be there. And I think we're counting 3 weeks now that he's been missing. This is a known substance abuser. And the court said, absolutely, sir. Your bail is granted. Not only is it granted, you don't even need a police escort going back home. Okay, you're going to walk out of the courtroom and you're just going to walk down the stairs and just keep walking, wave to the media. And I don't even know how you're going to get home. And then when you get home, which is actually your father's house, you have to stay there. He was on house arrest. Did they put an ankle bracelet on him? No, because they don't know where he is. Then did he show up for his appearance? Absolutely not. So going back to this comment, I know I digressed quite a bit there. Longway was hidden purposely. So that is the story. I believe this comment 100%. Why? It's all Ngome Zulu's fault, okay? Ngome Zulu started this whole battle and, the state panicked. And then Daddy Dearest said, oh my God, that incompetent advocate, how dare he say my son's ankle has a scar. And not only that, he then names the two doctors. And as he names the doctors, one of them is late. And then Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda LLB studying subsequently runs to Rand Hospital to find these doctors. Ken comes back to tell my lord, I can't find them. And then randomly, Jiggy, when he's reading some random points that him and Baloyi are going through, he says, oh, and by the way, my lord, I have an update for everybody. So I was able to find that for sure Dr. Mbatsane has died. And I have his death certificate, everybody. So it says he died on this date. And the cause of, oh my God, you are not about to read the cause of death on the record. May his soul rest in peace. Shame on Gininda, guys. Shame on him. Somebody said Gininda is a ghost writer, ghost chaser. Because somebody please tell me what was the relevance of getting that death certificate? And did he apply for Section 205 to have access to that death certificate? No or no? What business did he have looking for Dr. Mbatsane? He's not a state witness. Never was. Is a name that was mentioned by Ngome Zulu, and I believe Ngome Zulu should never have mentioned his witnesses. I mean, Baloyi has been showing up with the surprise all the time. They have to play a game of chess. And if you don't already know, I'm a very, 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 very good chess player. So, they always have to be 5 steps ahead of the defense, and don't reveal your information. Don't put your cards until you're right there on the stand. So I think they should have waited for cross-examination, or when they call Longwe Twala and they say, hey, why did you go to Dr. Mbatsane's office on this and this day? Right there, pa. So because they gave all that notice, they then created this whole Longwe Twala story, and Longwe Twala has disappeared. Not only has Longwe Twala disappeared, guess who else has gone absolutely silent, which for me screams volume. Who screams the loudest when anything happens in that courtroom and his name is mentioned? Who runs to the media? Chico Twala. But this time, he hasn't even given a statement as to where on earth is your son, sir? Where is he? So that's my opinion on that. Let me know your thoughts. Let me continue reading on. Oh my goodness, guys. I think I've digressed a lot and I see the comments are coming in. Okay, let me read quickly through the comments to get back to accused number 3 and 5. Okay. But Gininda has been very quick to follow up on cases. He recently followed up on Go's proposition. He's very fast from that witness box. Very, very fast. Very fast. But has he gone to look for Longwe, whom he's representing himself on the stand and speaking on his behalf and his car and his statements? Remember, Longwe wrote an affidavit with advocate, therefore, allegedly, apparently, he wants to come clean and tell it all, especially on the night where a Senzo Miwa was deleted. Allegedly, yes, we heard about it. William says, yes, I know, hence I'm saying he's our VVVVVVV, very VVVVVVIP. Agreed. Mr. Peace, keep up the good work, my sister. And oh my God, thank you. continue separating the wheat from the chaff. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a Nisi quote. I can see it a mile away. We listen in court. Here we go. Remember, Longwe can. There we go. Longwe Twala can steal his father's music equipment worth over 200,000 rands, but he's unable to steal his gun, something that he can hide easily, allegedly. Exactly. So the state, I don't know what they think we are, but we are not falling for it. Hello, 111 people in the room. Please make sure you have liked the live and we'll just continue cruising along nicely. And if you're watching it on the TV, I want to see this live on TV and I want to see if you can like. So I'm going to put my headphones down. I'm going to walk over and turn on the TV. Let me see. And then I'm going to hope there's a like button. Let me see if I know how to do this. TV, YouTube, Netflix, YouTube. Password. Channel. How do I do it? Channel. Ooh, looks so nice on the TV. Wait. Yes, I never turn on the TV. Okay, wait. How do I search for myself? I don't know how to go to myself. Library. There is the live. Sorry, we're testing. Okay, we're testing as we go. Can you guys hear me? Okay, crazy. Wait. Oh my God, this looks so nice on the TV. I don't see the like button. So the guys who are watching from TV, I get it. How do you look on the TV? Can someone tell me how you do that? There's the shopping bag. There's the thumbs up. Definitely don't want, and there's the chat. You can chat on the TV. Wait, let me do that. How do I do that? How do you chat? Join? What am I joining? You can join. Okay, I'm done. I'm done checking everything. There's a like button on the TV. It has been established. Please use your remote. Why is the TV not on mute? Did I mute? I don't know how to mute. Hold on, guys. Oh, I know. There. Okay. There's a like button on the TV. You use the remote and you can like. And guess what? You can also join the channel. I saw the join button. I also saw the subscribe button. So if you're not a channel member, you actually cannot chat. Shanisha says, a great storyteller. Thank you. Yes. My grandmother has, I think I've told the story before on the channel. So my grandmother's in a nursing home, and when I go visit her, she doesn't talk to anyone. She doesn't remember me. She doesn't remember us. But when I go visit, I tell her all these stories, and I tell her stories of things, and her face lights up, and she beams. And the nurses always tell me, when you come, it's the only time your grandmother actually pays attention. So that's where I get my storytelling skills. I might add a little bit of salt and sugar here and there. But wait, how do you say your name? ZVA. The state must be pulling a fast one with regards to get Longwe off the hook for good. Vaseline and him. Who's him? Oh, Vaseline and him are related, allegedly. Vaseline and him are related, allegedly. But if I was the defense, I would put it on the record. Put it all on the record. That's what I would do. Okay, so let's continue. Let me know in the comment section where I stopped in the story. I think I was saying that the two cases are running parallel to each other. And because they're running parallel to each other, Gininda was on the stand, so he couldn't interfere. And then the urgent application happened. And then I believe, this is my own personal belief, I can't prove it. I believe the defense said to the judge, hey, we need 2 days to prepare because they wanted the accused to be able, to go to attend their court hearing, which happened yesterday and today. What are the chances that's such a convenience? What are the chances those are the exact 2 days? What are the chances? I like those odds because those odds were in our favor. What are the chances that those are the exact 2 days that accused number 3 and number 5 had to be in another courtroom? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? I could be wrong. It could all just be a coincidence. It could all just be the universe working in alignment with accused number 3 and 5's plight. But guess what? Today somebody came in the comment section and said, listen, run, don't walk. Go and check. Accused number 3 and 5 are moving out of solitary confinement, and Gabengo, and friends are denying profusely that there is anything like solitary confinement in CMAC. Like, how can you deny something that we, even the members of the jury, have heard loud and clear for months upon months upon months? So, what happened is that accused number, I'm going to come back, I'm going to put you here so that I remember to start comments from here. So, accused number 3, his story. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up accused number 3's story. Not Fisohe and truly. So the accused complained of solitary confinement and bad conditions at CMAX. Accused number 3, so he says when he was arrested, he was tortured and electrocuted. And then when he brought it up in court, he was told, hey, you need to put a separate application for that. And first of all, he doesn't have money. Nobody came to take his statement, and it was never mentioned. So notice we only know about Gininda and Umuzi Severe. Torture, alleged torture. But we never knew about accused number 3. Now we know that he was tortured when he was arrested. Remember when he was arrested? And then jiggy, surprise! They found, what did they find? They found ammunition and the firearm in his room. Just like when they searched Gininda's room, surprise! They found ammunition in his room. Okay? So those are the things that happened. So accused number 3 then says in his affidavit, because he's got a whole affidavit just based on his solitary confinement conditions, which for me I think is like amazing. I'd love to get a hold of it and read it. So he says he's in a cell, and that I am being held in a single cell for more than 22 hours a day. This amounts to solitary confinement as expounded hereunder. Being detained in prolonged and indefinite solitary confinement amounts to torture and or cruel, inhumane, and or degrading punishment. Somebody in the comments said, oh my God, you have to give Brigadier Gininda reading classes because he struggles reading all those what are they called? Statements and affidavits that he had to read, because there was no place where he read a full sentence properly. Surprisingly. Okay, so he says that he is, and listen, obviously some long writing. Okay, this is not him, but I love how it is put. Anyway, you do know, like, you tell your legal representative your story in your words, and then they take your words and then they put it in legal jargon. That's how it works. So then, by taking out all the emotions, it has to just be words. There has to be no emotions in your statement. For example, it can be, I am so upset that I'm in solitary confinement and I hate it and the windows are blue and the ceiling is gray. Can't be emotional. Everything has to be fact based in your statement. Lesson of the day. Okay. So he goes on to say, I am unable to concentrate. I struggle with insomnia, tiredness, feelings of hopelessness, and irritation. So when I read that, I said, uh, 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 when we look at you in court, we definitely do not see any lack of concentration or insomnia. If I compare like Ubongani Danzi and I compare accused number three, listen, accused number three is alert. He's listening to everything, he's writing everything down. Ubongani Danzi is like, listen, I give up on life. They have two different demeanors in the courtroom. So, but you know what? That's what he put in his affidavit, and that's okay. That's a on goal. It's perfect. And obviously, I cannot prove that he's not concentrating in court. They would have to do like what is it called, psychological evaluation and stuff like that. And maybe the state that's what they're going to demand. But I wonder how they're going to respond to the ruling. So next, he says insomnia, tiredness, feelings of hopelessness, and irritation. And then he says, I never experienced these physical and psychological symptoms before my solitary confinement. Because, hello, I'm always in jail or prison, okay? I'm in Kabi. So I've never had to experience this before. I've been okay, in prison. Just like I've been asking you to go back to Joburg, okay, Sun City. This is the worst it has ever been, okay? And then he says, I have now reached the point where the situation has become unbearable. If you remember, the last day in September, Nisi said, listen, it's not all there, okay? It's not all there upstairs. It's the lights are off now. The lights are off, and I'm struggling as his legal representative. Some of the instructions he's giving me, I have to ignore him because it's not make sure over there. Then accused number three's statement says, I am locked up. It says, I am locked up alone. This for me was not an aha moment, but it was kind of like, oh, I wouldn't know how to survive. So it says, I am locked up alone in a 2 meter by 2.5 meter cell for more than 22 hours a day without stimulation or meaningful human contact. I am getting left behind. The ads. I don't have the ads turned on. The only time I turned on the ads was when I stood up to go to the TV. I'm so sorry, but that's the only. I don't have any other ads. I just watch it for 5 seconds and then skip and then come back. Sorry. Okay, so what happened? And I don't know how to say your name, so I'm sorry that I don't address you by your name. It's because I don't know how to say your name. No, I'm not going to say it out loud. So, so when I was reading this, I was like 2 meters by 2.5 meter cell. And if you remember, I still owe you guys a video. I should finish editing it. Um, I'm good. If I finish editing it before I go to bed tonight, I will upload it, and you will get to see this in that video. So it says 2 meters by 2.5 centimeter cell for more than 22 hours a day without stimulation or meaningful human contact. And I tried to think about it, and I was like, okay, in COVID, we were not in 2 meter by 2.5 meter cells. We also were in quarantine with our family members. He is alone. Let's keep going. Should I do a commentary check? I'll do so in 2 minutes. I want to go through his and then we'll pause for comments and then I'll go to Chile. Okay, so then he says, I have no access to newspapers, books, radio, television, and nor received any assistance to apply for education, and I am denied meaningful interaction with people. So for 23 hours a day, I am confined to a cell, sometimes only allowed 1 hour to exercise in a cage in a partially covered courtyard without any interaction with people. So imagine that the only time you're allowed out is by yourself. Though we are permitted to exercise an hour a day, it is regarded as a privilege. Okay, it's Gabango. Why are you doing this? And is infrequent and sometimes refused when requested. He goes on to say he is allowed to shower in a cage for no longer than 2 minutes. Listen, I could not be confined to a shower for 2 minutes because that's not a shower. That's pour the drops of water and get out. Like it's like in, out. 2 minutes with only cold water, irrespective if it's winter or summer. That is horrendous, harsh conditions. And you know that we are. They forgot one point to add. Um, if he doesn't have access to sunlight, right? We are black, and our melanin is black, and we need vitamin D. So he needs access to the sun, unless the prison is giving them vitamin D supplements. Just saying, they should have added that as well. Further, he said he sleeps on a sponge mattress that rests on a concrete table and eats alone in his cell. If I was him, I'd have also said what I eat. Um, then he goes on to say, I am only allowed telephonic contact with a family member for a maximum of 10 minutes, 2 times a month. 10 minutes, 2 times a month. I am only permitted to wear a detainee jumpsuit. This part confused me. What else do you want to wear? What else can they wear in prison? Can they wear their own clothes? Let me know in the comment section down below. The lighting. Ooh, this one would be horrible for me. The lighting in my cell is bright, harsh, and causes migraines and feelings of disorientation, which worsens my feelings of anxiety. I can attest to that because I had to go to the hospital to see a friend, and they're in a private room. And then as I was leaving, I was like, okay, let me put the remote beside you, and then you can adjust the light. Are you going to sleep now? And they're like, yeah, I'm going to sleep now. And I was like, okay, let me turn the lights off. Listen, I pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed the button. The light directly above the bed is the bright light. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You can't turn this thing off. I went to look for the main switch on the wall. You cannot. You can turn off every other light in the room except the light directly above the bed. Listen, it's not a surgical room. Why should the light be above the bed? And I was like, man, this would be horrible. There's nothing we could do. So I can actually visualize what he's saying here about the bright, bright, bright light. Next, he goes on to say, consultation with my legal representative is limited to an hour, only 2 times a month. We heard about that. Okay, I think here he's referring to Umnisi because, he's got an ongoing trial going on, which is totally inadequate considering the complexity of the trial, expert witnesses, and being ambushed by the state in supplementing their case on numerous instances. Okay, come on now, accused number 3. Family and friends are permitted to visit me only twice a month, 2 times a month, for a duration not exceeding 30 minutes. These are non-contact visits and preclude provision of food, vitamins, or medication. Can you imagine? Can you imagine your family coming over and they're just coming here to look at you? Nothing else. No communication. I mean, no, they can't bring you food. So Nube said all consultations and conversations take place over a telephone. So they come to see you and there's that mirror like we see on TV behind a panel of double glass. double glazed glass where the phones often malfunction and take place within earshot of several officials. We already know that's true because hello, Kabango and friends said they want to read the paperwork as well, right? They've already said that. They said that themselves. And he said, to my knowledge, he has been there since 2020, and he has since he arrived at CMAX, he arrived into solitary confinement, and they said it's because he is in a high-profile case and he is a high-profile suspect, and that's why he's in solitary confinement. So let me do a heartbeat check here in the comment section. Crazy business, right? Um, Zed says, without any doubt, Selo Jr. was with Longwe Twala on the day. And even previously, Longwe had come. Senzo instructed that none of his companions picked Longwe Twala's calls, allegedly. Next comment says, the universe. Yes, yes, yes. This comment says, as Botswana got off with the old, moving to a new era, America will shock you to extent, ooh, to the extent of electrocution. What is it with so much love for Trump? Anyway, this is the world we live in. I think Trump was the devil they knew. I think that's why. I think they picked Trump. I wasn't following the US elections that closely, but I think because they didn't want a female president. I think that's the main reason. I think if the Democrats, if they had a different candidate, they would have made it because they were not far off. Okay, 5 million. They were 5 million off. But I believe if they had a different candidate, they might have made it. They did not want a woman of color as the first female president ever. No. I can't imagine. You know the southern states, the rednecks. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So um, the American elections, quick fact, is not the same like the South African election. First of all, um, it's a little bit complex. It's your ballot. So you might be voting in Texas, but Texas is a stronghold state and it's got more power. So you need to win that state. So I almost said Michelle Obama. So the Democrats, they did not win Texas, which are the swing states. If they win Texas, Florida, there's no way they were going to win Texas. Texas is redneck. Florida, I was shocked by Florida, to be honest, and the others. Okay, there's a bunch of others. So they needed to win those. They won the tiny little places. They won the tiny little places which don't weigh much in the voting. So it doesn't work the same as one vote is equal to one. What is it called? It doesn't work the same. Let's just remember that it doesn't work the same. It depends on where and the ballots and the blah blah blah, and then you got to do the House of Senate. It's a whole complex. Okay, it's a whole complex shit show. Next up, next comment says, I am getting left behind because of the ads. I'm so sorry. Next comment says, and then he says, I'll read it as it is, my lord. Yes. Oh my God, I could not stand that. He was not reading it as he is because I was following him. I did a couple of videos where I proved that no, that's not what happened. And that's why I think the defense should really follow through on the paperwork. They really need to follow that up. And then the next comment says, well, the rest of the comment says, well, sir, that's what you're supposed to do. Exactly. The fact that you're announcing it, you're giving us a preview that this is what you're doing. What else could you possibly be doing than reading it as you see it? See what I'm saying? That for me was already sus. Very, very sus. Next comment says, so wait. Okay, so for interest sake, according to Gininda, with the play on words there, was it a robbery or a contact? analyzing. I have heard someone say robbery gone wrong. What's the inference, honestly? The inference is, I can tell you the honest truth, okay? The inference is called, make sure you write it down. The inference is called we're making this up as we go. We don't really know. That's why we took time to also go find Dr. Mbazane, and then we also took time to go through the AVL records. We had Maria Elizabeth reading on the record, all the trip records for Longwe Twala's Red Polo, and then Tigi Tigi 2 weeks later, Gininda's on the stand and he's reading the same thing. Not telling us what he analyzed about the data, not telling us anything different from what Maria said. AKA, what are you doing, Gininda? What are you doing? Is this what your LLB is teaching you? Next comment says, so if it was a robbery, who was the main target? Listen, all I know is Wang and Danzi went to sit in the back of the car and wait for the others. Next comment, if Senzo was the target for the robbery, would the robbers not consider snatching his car too? That's the first thing I'd have taken. I was a robber. I'd have been like, car keys, okay? Car keys now, immediately. Zandi knows she had testified that none of them had any money and she bought beer with it. Maybe since it was a spaza shop, they had a hidden stash. Next comment, Mtozisi Twala's ordeal. Okay. Mtozisi Twala's ordeal, torture, was not brought forward during trial. Oh, you mean accused number 3? Okay. Accused number 3's torture was not brought forward during the trial, within the trial, when they attempted to get confession from him. Did accused 1 and 2 suffer the same before alleged confessions? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Next comment. Boo, 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 boo. Boss lady, you are here. I see you. I don't think you've ever been in my life before. So welcome. I don't think I remember seeing you in my life. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Nisi and Umlungugazi. Navo. Yes, yes. There are also people and they're breathing too. Direct translation. You need to just like you more. How many languages in one sentence? Next comment. I'm American. I don't understand Bawetu. Huh? When someone shows you who they are, believe them. But I guess my fellow Americans don't roll like that. Okay, okay. I understand what you're saying. I'm American. I don't understand what just happened with the election. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first. Exactly. I don't believe it's going to change. 100%. I do not believe so. Next comment. Views about Chico's interview on King David's podcast. I did a whole 3-hour live. I even chopped up the videos so you can catch up with it. So catch the replay of that live. It is titled, there's a playlist, okay? Go to the playlist that's called, I think it's called Pumasili. I think that's what I call my playlist. There's a whole playlist on that. Okay, yay! I am caught up on all the comments. Let me see this comment. Oh! Oh! Okay. So Peter, if you're still here, I see your comment. Sorry, I hadn't seen that before. He says he cannot speak. People are live. Okay. But then Peter, why did you join the live? So okay, you have to join the live to speak and interact because I feed off of energy and I like to talk. And he's about to sleep. I love you, and you're doing a good job. Thank you, Peter. Shout out to the replay. And okay, so his first comment was, "I'm with you. I like what Advocate Nisi's strategy. Ugh, maybe it's late. Maybe it's late, and I can't speak as well. I love Advocate Nisi's strategy, and I believe God is helping them. It is not easy to be in that courtroom. I agree. Okay, the fact that he brought Advocate of no color makes things easier. Um, I'm not sure. Um, did her being Mlungu, by the way, the judge in the other courtroom is Mlungu, by the way, everybody. It's Mlungu, okay? It was Mlungu, 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 Mlungu. I wonder who was the state representative. I think they should have filmed it live. Like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't the media houses film it for us? Quite a disappointment. This is why I'm asking you guys to please subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the channel. Why? Because I want to get, in the courtroom. I want to have, a team. And if we grow the channel, and then people will be like, okay, okay, we see you over there. So this is why I always ask for subscribers, because there's a goal, okay? There's a goal. There's an end process that I would love to get to. Last comment from Peter says, I think they heard about Longway that he wrote a statement in jail. That is why they released him and placed him in house arrest. The plan was to take him away from the public. Now he's nowhere to be found. They knew that he was going to destroy them. I agree with that comment, Peter. 100%. Okay. Next comment says, Judge Rata allowed Gininda's evidence of the subs that are passed on. But if I remember, he said to Ungumezulu, he must not talk about lay people that cannot come and witness the many things that the state got away with. That if the defense even try, they will be shut down. Next comment says, Umthokoze Sithwala was Senzo's friend. He was tortured by the cops who took him from eThekwini to Pretoria police station. And those cops are Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo. Allegedly. Okay, it has not been proved in a court of law. And do we even trust Umthokoze Sithwala? For me, it's a hard no. Next comment, Rata is going to build a shack. He is going to build a shack in the arena with witnessing and defending Mr. Okay, listen. You predicted it. You called it. We'll come back to the comment. We know he is building a whole shack in the arena. Okay, he's even putting a lift so that he can ascend and descend with ease when he goes from the judge chair down to the arena. It's going to be a big show. It starts tomorrow. Will you be there? 10 a.m. Next comment goes on to say, Mthokoze Sithwala. Oh, we read that one. Next comment says, I hate to think about the court's conduct when, oh yeah, we just literally just said that. Will he ever stop interfering once and for all? We certainly hope he will be on his best behavior tomorrow. He better be on his best behavior because, I listen in court and we are watching live and ready to react, okay, when he descends into the arena. So let's go back to accused number 3 story. Oh, my battery's about to die. Accused number 3. Accused number 5. Accused number 5 because we went through accused number 3. Accused number 3 story, which you didn't really know much about. He says, I am unable to sleep since I fear. Oh, yes. So accused number 5 story is a little bit different. One second, I need to. Accused number 5 story is a little bit different because he hasn't been in solitary confinement for 4 years, okay? He's only been in solitary confinement since March of 2022, and he was transferred to CMAX, October 5, 2023. So that's about almost a year, okay? He's literally been in solitary confinement for a year in CMAX, plus March 2022. So his time is about, just 2.5 years, I think. Just some quick math there. And he says, so his story is, listen, nobody's ever going to touch me. There's no way anyone can touch me. I am accused number 5. No, nobody's going to play that game with me. But you know what? In CMAX, I can hear them torturing other inmates. Okay, those guys. Oh my God, it's a lot. Okay, Gunini. Those inmates are subjected to electrical shocks and they're assaulted. Okay, and they're in cells around me. Okay, and then I told advocate I'm Shalolo, and I can hear the inmates and I can hear the offenders screaming and crying, and it's unbearable because I'm accused number 5. I mind my business. I just want to try and sleep and get to court the next day, but I can't because it's too loud. Okay, that torture chamber is too much. Notice he's not saying they torture me. If there's one thing nobody's gonna do to accuse number 5 is torture him. And somebody tell me why. Because we heard Mangena say, and then I went to accuse number 5 over there at Kalavusha. And when I got there at Kalavusha, what? Accuse number 5. And I needed to measure him and check his foot to see if he had any gun wound in his ankle. Accused number 5 said, don't you dare. Get out of my face. You're not taking my height, okay? You're not taking my height. Go tell Advocate Mshololo. If Mshololo says we're good, I'll do it. No, I'm not giving you any DNA. And no, I'm not taking off my socks. Get away. Okay? For me, I didn't understand what happens with how accused number 5 gets away with it. So his affidavit has got nothing to do with him being tortured. He's talking about the people around him, and they're disturbing his peace. And he says, I am unable to sleep since I fear that I may also be subjected to physical torture. So listen, I stay up, okay? Those people are not going to catch me sleeping. My incarceration amounts to solitary confinement. So because of that, it's like I'm in solitary confinement, okay? And that's why I'm here today. And is evidently used as a form of punishment and disciplinary measure, contrary to provision of Section 9.1b of the CPA, okay? And then he says, I am in solitary confinement since March 2022, a period which is more than 2 years, hello, and I find it increasingly difficult to concentrate during court proceedings. Really? Because let me tell you what you do a lot in court, accused number 5. You're definitely talking. You're definitely chatting. You're definitely reacting to everything in the courtroom. So you are alert and aware. But you know what? That's not my business. Okay, it's not my business. If that's what you and Mlongo put to the court, who am I to disturb you? Who am I to disturb you? Sometimes though, I wish they could put a mic on you. Because honestly, I'm going to confess. I would love to interview accused number 5. It seems like he's got a lot of stories. Okay. I think that they should also do like psychological evaluation of him, and there should be, studies done on him because, yeah, Gunini. Then, because no warden, not even Gininda, not even Mangena can take his height. How is that difficult? How can you not take the height of someone? How? I just need to know how they did that. Because it's just his height. You can literally make him stand against the wall and take the height without even touching him. But none of my business, okay? I'm not trying to teach Gininda and his friends how to do their jobs. Then he goes on to say, I find it really difficult to concentrate, okay, during court proceedings. The first applicant's emotional breakdown. Listen, when my friend, okay, accused number 3, I don't know why Gininda calls him Carlos, but whatever. When accused number 3 had an emotional breakdown on October 7, 2024, it really made me so nervous. You know what? I love this. Now, this is how you write a statement, okay? This is how you write a statement, and this is how you piggyback off of somebody's complaint. Because, like I said, what happened? It was accused number 3, and number 3, umnisi, and then suddenly, Jiggy Mshololo says, and accused number 5. At the last minute, we did not know anything about accused number 5, or at least I didn't know anything about it. I never heard about all this. Okay? So I love that he says, when accused number 3 had that breakdown, man, I was like, could never be me. Could never be me. Take me out of solitary confinement. So he says it caused him feelings. Okay, accused number 5 suddenly has feelings. It caused him feelings of stress and fear. So you do not look like you fear anything. But you know what? None of my business. Let's just read this, okay? Just like what's his name? Gininda likes to say, I'm just reading it as he is. So then his affidavit goes on to say, Thule said his continued incarceration in isolation amounts to an infringement of his human dignity. What about the dignity of the 6 people you took out? Hmm? Hmm? But you know what? Every case is tried differently, okay? Every case is tried differently. And I understand that. So then he goes on to say, in the answering affidavit, the acting head of CMAX, Kabango, him, Nkolobutu at large at CMAX, on behalf of the 6 respondents, denied that Umwebe had been unconstitutionally incarcerated in CMAX. What are you talking about, Kabango? What is wrong with you? Then he says, so you see, this is what happens when you don't cross your T's and dot your I's. You don't remember that you sent Umnisi confirmation of the CMAX nonsense you're doing to accused number 3? Now you're in a high court saying, don't know what he's talking about. The responding affidavit also says, he said Umnube has lawfully been incarcerated given that he was classified as a high risk and high profile inmate on admission. You see, when he came, Gininda told us, absolute high risk, top of the line, this one, top of the line. Okay? He's a high risk on his own, and then it was also a high profile case. We can't lose this one. Okay? Keep him alive. Keep him barely breathing. On admission at the Johannesburg B, oh God, at the Johannesburg Medium B prison after he was sentenced to 30 years for murder. Further, he said Untuli was transferred to CMAX after being found. Now, Untuli, I believe this. Okay, he was found in possession of contraband and 2 cell phones with another inmate. And if you want to know why I believe this, you have to be a channel member. And I upload the video. Next comment says the cell phones were used by the second applicant and other inmates in detention to defraud a member of the public. Listen, Mr. Sabengo, I need that full story. What member of the public? What was they defrauding? What were they doing? Is that Tabo Festa 2.0? Mr. and Tuli, are you running a business from within the prison? What are you doing? Is that Zungu Nizer? Was it Zungu? Anyway, so it says that Mlube and Ntuli have been in isolation or segregation, okay? Oh no, the Mr. Sobengo and friends over there at CMAX say they don't know what they're talking about. These guys are not in isolation or segregation. CMAX only has single cell units. Go check the building. We don't have such rooms. We don't have any solitary confinement rooms. We only have single cell units. That's literally what accused number 5 said, if you read what he wrote. He literally said, he feels he's in solitary confinement because he doesn't fall asleep, because he's afraid he will also be tortured like the people who are getting the electrical shock and assault in his adjacent cell. He literally says that. Mr. Flamengo, do you not need to understand? They put that down. But then, when it's an urgent application, they don't even have time. There's, like, things are happening fast. You saw how fast Mlungu was doing things. Is there time to even sit down and start cooking? So that's the response. Who was representing the state? I need to do more investigation. Anyway, he goes on to say he denied that Umnube and Untuli have been in isolation or segregation. And he said CMAX consists of only single cell units, and the applicants are housed in single cell units without loss of amenities. Oh, so it's a hotel now? Goes on to say, Mube and Julie have complained in court in winter that they have no hot water. We know that. And then Judge Retta said, you got to stop that nonsense. So yeah, those are all the updates. Let me see the comments. Let me start here. Huh? I hate to think about the court's conduct. Okay, we went through this one. Let me know in the comment section and down below if you are still here or are you guys falling asleep? Am I bedtime lullaby? Oh my goodness, and my drink is now so hot. Gross. I should have put it in ice. Okay. Ntogo Twala's allegations are all made up after the state realized it had messed up. Ndanzi complained about abuse from staff. So basically, it's a counter. Okay, I see what you mean. Next comment says, thanks for the great analysis you do. Okay, thank you for watching, listening, liking, sharing, reacting, commenting, everything. Thank you for being a part of the family. I appreciate you. It makes it easy to follow this case. Are you also part of the law fraternity? I really appreciate your attention to detail. I'm not part of the law fraternity. I'm exposed to it. I'm trying to see how I can answer your question. I'm exposed to it. I've been inside Parati, not the jail. No. I've been inside. I've never lost. Yeah, let me say that I've never lost. I never lose. I never lose. I never lose. Why do I never lose? Why do I never lose? Because I'm very determined and I listen in court. That's the best way. And I'll tell you a funny story. I had my legal representation. Can you imagine my legal representation telling me I cannot talk in court? What? What do you mean? The first time, I remember that was what I was told. I was like, what do you mean I'm not going to talk to the judge? I need to address the judge. No. And I love how my legal representation did it because they knew. I'm a talk. They told me right there inside Parati that, oh, by the way, you're not going to say a word. If you want to say anything, write it down. Huh? Yeah. So that's where I learned to listen, not to react, but to listen, to understand, and then give my instructions. And then there's a time when I gave my instructions, and I now knew the strategy I was going to take. Okay, legal representation, shut up. I'm going to tell you how we're going to do this, how we're going to win it. And my legal representation was just like, oh my God. So, and then we had to adjourn, and I was like, give me 6 months. Adjourn for 6 months. Say 6 months. And then we adjourned for 6 months, and end of story. We came back good and ready. So the legal representation, like Nisi says, talks for you, but you really have to prepare for your own case. I won. I was very happy. Very, very, very happy. I won what my legal representation told me was impossible to win. And I said, don't worry, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't tell me what's impossible. And don't tell me what God cannot do. I won what I was told that was not possible for me to win. I won what I was told that the Lord does not allow that. And I won. Very happily so. So then after that, other cases, and it's like for me, it's like, bring it on. You do not want to come against me. That's all I'm telling you. Why did you ask this question, Stella? Now I'm revealing too much. So no, I'm not part of the legal fraternity. So at the end of that, my legal representation also learned to listen. But the key is don't sit back and say, don't sit back and rely on someone in anything you do. Because you're your own best advocate for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be inside Pagati within, okay? Inside Pagati, gone years, 30 years, that's it. Next comment, moving away from topics about me. Next comment is, why were they after people's ankles? Checking them or investigating them for the why. They were trying to work out something if they had found any scars on them. Okay, so what happened is, what's his face? What's his name? What's his name? Chris Mangena was on the stand, the ballistic analyst. Okay, he was on the stand, and he's the one who told us this. You know those people who love to answer questions and overtalk. He could have skipped that part, but he brought it up, and that's how we know about it. So he says that Gininda called him. No, he told Gininda. He told Gininda, you know what? The trajectory, when he's doing the whole who shot Senzo and how it happened, how tall they are. So he told Gininda, with the information I have, it's not conclusive. We need an extra bit of information. We need something extra, to seal the deal, because we're cooking. He didn't say we're cooking, but you see, when you're cooking, you want to add spices. You want to make things delicious. So he says, we need something extra. I need to check the height. You know what? Let me check the height of everybody. I need to check the height because and then while I'm checking the height, I also need to check their ankles because just in case, the bullet shot the floor. So remember, there's the bullet that they couldn't test. So he says that bullet that shot the floor, it possibly could have hit the shooter in the ankle. So that's how they started their SOX investigation. Even though, now that I think about it, Zandi says she's the one who was hit. But, Mangena is the ballistic expert. He understands, the pow. And maybe he does not believe the angle that Zandi was hit at is the one. So he's trying to say there's somebody else who was hit. But nobody else is talking about an ankle. And I believe he said that before Ngomezulu even mentioned, yeah, yes, I remember how Ngomezulu did it. Because Ngomezulu did a mic drop and then said, I've no further questions, Your Honor. So, yeah, Mangena said that all on his own, not asked by anyone. And then he said he told Gininda, and Gininda said, say no more. Let's go and check them out. And that's how they went to check. And they checked accused number 3, I believe, accused number 4. Yes, they never did the ankle checking of accused number 1 and 2. They only did the height. So they measured the height. They measured, I think, what's this thing called? The shoulder. And then they measured the elbow height, something like that, of accused number 1, 2, and everybody else. Of course, nobody touched accused number 5. So they have those measurements for the 4. And then when he did 1 and 2, when he went back to his drawing board, his cooking station, he noticed it wasn't working. Okay, the heights were not heighting. It wasn't matching what he needed. So then that's when he came up with the idea, let's check the socks as well. So that's when socks are only checked from accused number 3, 4. They attempted to check number 5. Number 5 said, you've got to be mad. Nobody's looking at my foot. That's where they cooked the story that when they got to accused number 3 said, oh, if you check my foot, you're going to see I already have scars, and the scars are from when I was young and I was playing soccer. So apparently number 3 started singing like a canary. Why do they need number 3 to have said that in their cooking story? Because accused number 3 is the one who pulled the pow trigger. But then guess what? He was so excited to hear that story from accused number 3, took off his socks, no scars, nothing there. Nothing that he was looking for. No scars on Mapisa. Listen, Mapisa's the guy who's just standing outside in this Nganegwane of theirs, and then he's the one who ran inside when Bongani Danzi went to sit in the car. Mapisa does Mapisa look like a guy who could run? No offense. But I sometimes look at him in court and I think he's very healthy for somebody in prison. Like, does he have an additional diet? Like, how is he so healthy looking compared to all the 5 accused? But I guess he's not in solitary confinement, right? But you know what? Asikolapo, Mapisa is the one who ran in. Their story just ends there. Their story just says he ran in. Like, even Zandi doesn't corroborate that. And then we saw accused number 4. None of the people in the house talk about a third person coming into the house. But the confession from Bongani Danzi says accused number 4 ran into the house. I mean, it's shocking to me. That's some shocking, damn detail that the state added on the record. Because now they have to corroborate that and they need to ask Zandi, did he run in the house? Did you see him? Can you describe him? See what I mean? All of them, Zandi, Kelly, Tume, all of them. None of those people mentioned this additional character running into the house. Zero. Jololo. But Asikolapo, and then what happens next? They go to number 5, and number 5 says, get away from me. Don't you dare touch me. I'm not giving you any of this information. Go talk to him, shalala. And that's how the scar situation started. Hope that helps. Next comment, no DNA, no tattoo, and no gold tooth. That is why we are still here. Speaking of DNA, you know Gininda. Gininda said 2% is more than enough. More than enough. Oh, Baloy's face will be purple tomorrow. They better give him a bar stool. They better give him a bar stool because I believe he's going to be objecting. Okay, he's going to be an objection overload. I hope he will be as quiet as the defense was and they allowed them to just bury themselves and put everything on the record. Next comment says, Gininda calls him Kara to try and make Zulu's assertions and statements sound believable in that we would take it that he knows him very well. Okay, got you. Next comment. Actually, both of you and Mzansi are unfiltered are making sense. Who? Both of me and who? Hello, what are you trying to say? Let me read it again. Maybe I'm the one. Actually, both of you and Mzansi Unfiltered are making sense. Since in the 375, oh, you mean one of the comments, I guess. Both of you and Mzansi Unfiltered. Now I feel like Gininda. Let me try this just one more time. Okay, it's late. Actually, both of you and Mzansi Unfiltered, and Mzansi Unfiltered are making sense. Since in the 375 gang that are implicated here, I'm not understanding this sentence. So Brigadier Gininda is pulling strings here. This guy will frame many people in the future, sadly, and has, we should also say in the past tense, unlawful incarceration. Next comment. You are listening. Thank you for listening. Next comment. Baloy doesn't sleep. Baloy has actually lost weight. Have you guys noticed? Shaneshwa, she is divorced. Who? Next comment. Do you run towards where gunshots are coming from? Exactly. How? How do you run in that direction? But Bongani Denzi was the coward of the day because he left accused number 3 all by himself. And accused number 3 is like, I'm going to handle this crowd. I'm going to shoot them all. But there's only one victim, one fatal shot. And then accused number 4 runs in and we don't know what happened. Next comment. You missed it. It's not me. It's Stelo. Huh? Okay. I think it's late and I think I'm getting confused. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. It says, you missed it. It's me, Stelo. I can't make sense of this comment. Type it again. And you are making sense. I cannot get it. But let me see if anybody wants to come up. We can do like 10 minutes of chit chat. I'm going to put the link in the comment section. If you want to come up, come say hi. Come say hello. Come say hello. And let me pause for a drink. Now I finally get it. See, the English was not Englishing, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So let me end our conversation here. Is anybody going to come up? Does anybody want to come up and join me? Are you guys falling asleep? Let me know. Two. Type a two in the comment section and down below and let me know if you're falling asleep. We've been live for 2 hours. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice. I just looked at the time. And here I was talking about an additional 10 minutes. We've been live. Thank you to all the 1,371 people who joined the live. It was very interesting indeed. It's always interesting. And you know what? Anytime I do a live, it ends up being 3 hours. So this is actually a record breaking for us. We're ending it before. Let me see if I have any interesting DMs. Do I have any DMs that I want to share? No. Let me check my emails while I have you guys here. And I'm going to upload, oh yeah, public service announcement. Huh? I'm coming to your comment, Sunmark Solar Tech. Okay, let me put the string down. What was I saying? I always lose my chain of thought. 1 second, I'm going into my email. Oh, I know what I was saying. So I'm gonna put, okay, season 2 starts tomorrow, okay? Season 2 of Gininda, okay, starts tomorrow. This is the most interesting season, okay? Because we sat through the boring session. Season 1 was so boring, but we sat through it. I can't believe we survived. Oh my goodness, I have to charge before my battery dies. Give me 1 quick second, let me charge this. We survived season 2, season 1. We sat through it. Listen, there was a time I almost gave up. I'm going to confess, there's a time I almost gave up. I'm going to be honest. I could not stand Gininda's voice. I could not stand his voice. And I was like, you know what? This is the part where I'm not going to do this anymore. This is why it's best I have my second channel, and then I can do my other cases on that channel, because I couldn't do Senzo's voice. Not Senzo's voice. I couldn't do Gininda's voice. I couldn't do it, guys. But I had to talk to myself. I had to tell myself, it's up. So I sat through it. Sat through Gininda's voice. And I made it. And then that's when I started to see the game plan that they were playing. And then that's how I continued doing the videos. Otherwise, I was quitting, okay? I was coming back like everybody else tomorrow. Great. Okay. So up to date on all my emails. So I'm going to upload our new merch line. Okay, it's called Pumasile, okay? If you've been on my Instagram, I launched it there. I just have to do the behind the scenes to turn it on. I hope you guys will support the channel. I hope you will purchase a t-shirt or 12, because December's coming, okay? December is coming, okay? And I want to be like other people's children, okay? Enjoying December, okay? So please support the channel. Thank you to everybody who super thanks. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel. You know what? Watching my videos alone is huge, and I do not take that for granted. So please don't feel left out or out of place if you're not super thanking. If you can, that is okay. For me, a super thanks is like, what? For me? Are you serious? So it just blows my mind that someone on the other side of the screen is so generous. It blows my mind. But you watching my videos, you chatting, oh, I love the chat. I love the comment section. If you didn't already know, I love the comment section. And I even like it if you guys remember before you comment to like the video. Because I notice sometimes I have more comments than likes. And I love that the comment section is very respectful. Of course, we've got some stray cats. Um, but I always uproot them immediately. But I haven't had to do that in a few weeks. The only time that the strays came was when I went to the state, Team State live on the TikTok. Well, that's what you get for going to other people's houses. Okay, that's what you get for going to places you shouldn't be in. Okay, places you shouldn't be seen in. And then I got some strays. I got rid of them. So yeah, that is my story. I hope you guys enjoy it. What else? What other announcements do I have before we end tonight? Do you guys have some announcements for me? Then we're going to call it a night. We're going to say good night. Okay. I love you all. Thank you for joining me on this very impromptu live because it always blows my mind the support you guys give. I don't like to go live because it's a lot of work. Being live is a lot of work. Don't take someone being live for granted. It's a lot of work. You have to read. Imagine if Gininda had to go live and had to read comments. The man cannot read from a piece of paper that is printed before him that he has seen before. See, with the live, you're reacting right there inside Paragati in the moment. So I absolutely love the support you guys give. Love it so much. So I'm going to actually, let me just do this now before I fall asleep. I'm going to load the t-shirt line. And when I load the t-shirt line, it's going to be our merch for the rest of the month and the rest of the year. It's new, okay? It's going to be in support of the defense team. Because I believe it's going to be fireworks in that courtroom. And someone said, Gomezulu, the battlefield is waiting for you, okay? Come back to court. That courtroom needs your energy. So this is it from me today. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you've made it this far in the video, especially if you're in the replay gang, my live gang, I want you guys to go ahead and drop a huge heart in the comment section, okay? Drop a heart and then I'll know this is my live gang. If you didn't chat today, it's because you're not subscribed. Okay, if you're not subscribed, you cannot join the chat because it's exclusive when we're live for family members. And if you're joining us from the replay and you make it to the end of this 2-hour live, whoa, you're the real MVP. Okay, make sure you drop the soccer ball in the comment section down below because the defense is back in court tomorrow. Okay, bright and early. And what are they doing? They are working hard for justice for Senzomiwa. Make sure you drop that justice for Senzomiwa. Don't do the hashtag because it blocks your comment and then I have to individually load it. So sometimes I don't get to it in time. So that is it from me today. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a good night. Catch you next time.